Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and you're watching Hot Take Hockey. Just before I get into this video, if you guys could hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, we'd really appreciate that. I believe we're on 2.3K right now, and we're looking to go upwards from there. We do cover all 31 NHL teams, live streams, recaps, trades, whatever. It's all here, fights even. If you saw that fight last night between Robert Bertuzzo and Tom Wilson, that's on the channel too. So make sure to check that out. But yeah, and also leave the video a like if you do enjoy it. But yeah, that's all we ask. And I'm gonna get into this video now. So this is power rankings. I haven't done this in just over a month, I'd say. But you'll see this every week now for the rest of the season. I can guarantee the regular season. I can guarantee you that. So. Going to be some interest. These videos are actually going to be, obviously it shows like the top 5 teams of the week technically, but it's pretty important at this time of the season because this is the time of the season where teams got to start clicking, otherwise they're not making the playoffs. And yeah, so we're going to get into it. At the number 5 spot is the Boston Bruins. 6-4-0 in their last 10, so not great, but won 3 in a row. Including the Winter Classic and a comeback win against Buffalo that ended in overtime the other night. That was last Saturday. And the Bruins, obviously I'm a Bruins fan, so they're the team I obviously know the most about, but it looks like they're just starting to find their feet now. Obviously dealing with injuries all season hasn't really helped, and hopefully this team can just get a run of games now where they can gather some momentum and obviously build up some more chemistry. Obviously, the first line is still going great as ever. I believe every player on that line has more points than games played, which is expected. In my opinion, when they're on top form, they are probably the best line in hockey. But you can debate that. It's certainly up for debate, but that's just my opinion. So the Bruins, obviously winning 3 in a row, are coming in at number 5. There's no honorable mentions this week because there actually isn't that many teams that are playing particularly well at this point in the season. So Boston Bruins, number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the Vegas Golden Knights, who have won 4 in a row. And unlike the Boston Bruins, who are pretty top-line heavy, the Vegas Golden Knights, I believe, have 5 players with 20-plus points. No, sorry. They have 5 players with 10-plus goals, and then they have a handful of them that are actually in and around that area. So everyone's chipping in, which is good. It's a good team mentality, obviously, just sharing the workload. That's what you want. But obviously the Vegas Golden Knights have won 4 in a row. They're also second now in the Pacific Division, just behind the Calgary Flames. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that division in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, a very interesting division. Maybe not what people were expecting this year, but that's how it goes. And the Vegas Golden Knights, who are getting very good goaltending also from Marc-Andre Fleury, who is still going very strong here in the later years of his career. Vegas Golden Knights at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is the New York Islanders, who have won 5 in a row. The Islanders, again, one of those teams that I feel like they're a little bit underappreciated. Maybe they go under the radar a little bit. Maybe it's because they don't have a massive star player after losing John Tavares, but they seem to be doing just fine without him. I mean, you can use that term lightly, but Matt Barzal is picking up the workload there. Anders Lee, and obviously winning 5 in a row. They've been doing very well. I believe they shut out the Leafs maybe a week and a half back. That was actually some time ago, but it does feel like it was pretty recently. Obviously, the holidays, time just flies. But they had that 4-0 win. They've been scoring quite a decent amount of goals too. Much like the Golden Knights, they've got a lot of scoring from, like, it's not just one guy doing all the scoring. It's spread around a lot. And the Islanders, I believe, are now 1 point behind the Blue Jackets for 3rd in the Metro. And then if you're looking at the wild card, they're 1 point back of the Sabres and 2 of the Canadiens, or maybe the other way around. I don't know. But playoffs are looking like a real possibility for them come spring. And yeah, for their sake, hopefully they make the playoffs. So coming in at number 2, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins, who narrowly miss out on the number 1 spot by a regulation loss. So they've won 7 in a row, 9-1-0 in the last 10, scored 28, allowed 9 in the last in that run in those 7 games. So in 7 games they've allowed 9 goals. That's pretty damn good. Obviously they started the season pretty poorly. I think they were in the bottom 7. I would say bottom 5, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm almost certain they were in the bottom 7 for a decent amount of time. Obviously, there was that trade with Tanner Pearson and Carl Hagelin. A lot of question marks there. A lot of question marks as to where the franchise was heading. A lot of people were writing off this season, but the Pittsburgh Penguins have absolutely been fired out of a cannon since I'd say late November. December was a tremendous month for them. I believe they only lost 1 or 2 games in the whole month of December. And all of a sudden now they're, 1 or 2 points behind the Metropolitan Division leading Washington Capitals, who right now look like they could easily overtake. Just an incredible bounce back from them. Obviously, Crosby's leading them in scoring. I believe he hit 50 points. And yeah, just the Penguins doing what you'd expect them to do with that incredible amount of talent. And speaking of incredible amounts of talent, number 1, there's only going to be one number 1. It's the best team in the NHL by a decent margin. It is the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have won 7 in a row and only pip the Penguins to this number 1 spot because in their last 10, they are 9-0-1 rather than 9-1-0. So they haven't had that regulation loss, just the overtime loss, or was it a shootout loss? I can't remember. It was probably so long ago, I can't remember, but Tampa Bay Lightning doing what a lot of people would probably expect them to do. Obviously, an embarrassment of talent at the front and back end. Obviously, Nikita Kucherov has 69 points now. He just hit last night in that 6-2 win over the Los Angeles Kings. Obviously, they're on that California road trip right now. I believe they've already played the Ducks and the Kings, so they wrap up with the Sharks later this week. And yeah, I mean, Braden Point's having an incredible season as well. Don't forget about him. Obviously, when you think of the Lightning, you think of Stamkos and Kucherov and Hedman. Those are the first probably 3 players you think of. But don't forget about Braden Point. Don't forget about Yanni Gourde. Tyler Johnson. I know that the line of the triplets, I believe it was in the 2015 playoffs when they had that run, the Lightning. That was the go-to line. But don't forget about Tyler Johnson. He's been playing really well. Obviously, Nikita Kucherov, the same for him. But yeah, the Lightning, 12 points ahead of the next team in the entire league. They're at 66 points. I think it's the Leafs on 54 who are the next closest. So right now, they're looking President's Trophy bound. They're looking really strong for the playoffs. I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs. And yeah, they are the number 1 team of the week. So hopefully you enjoyed. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. If you liked the video, leave it a like. And make sure to put your opinion in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with anything. We read all the comments on every video. And we appreciate your feedback. And we appreciate you being here. So again, thanks a lot. And I guess we'll see you guys soon. Peace.